There is something worth noticing about modern medicine's relationship with male sexual health. It is comprehensive in some directions and remarkably silent in others. Your doctor can measure your testosterone, prescribe for erectile dysfunction, discuss reproductive health in clinical terms, explain the mechanics of the reproductive system with precision. But ask your doctor about the relationship between ejaculation frequency and hormonal health, cognitive function, energy levels, and psychological well-being. And you will almost certainly encounter either a brief dismissal or a blank space where a conversation might otherwise be. This silence is real and noticeable, and it raises a legitimate question worth exploring honestly. Why does a tradition documenting every other aspect of physiology have nothing substantive to say about this? Why does a tradition that documents virtually every other aspect of male physiology in extraordinary detail have almost nothing substantive to say about one of the body's most metabolically significant processes? That question has an answer. Several answers, actually. And they are more nuanced, more structurally interesting, and more honestly illuminating than the conspiratorial framing this topic attracts. I want to give you the honest version today. The version that actually explains how a practice documented in detail by every major ancient tradition came to occupy almost no space in modern education. Because the honest version is genuinely fascinating and more useful than the dramatic one. Stay with me. Let us begin with what the ancient medical traditions actually documented. The silence in modern medicine is not a universal feature of medical history. It is specifically modern, and specifically Western. Ancient traditions were far from silent on conservation and vitality. The Ayurvedic medical tradition devoted substantial attention to what it called Shukra Dhatu and its conservation. The Karaka Samhita contains detailed clinical descriptions of Shukra preservation. It covers immunity, cognitive function, physical vitality, skin quality, emotional stability, and longevity. This was core clinical teaching passed from physician to physician across generations. Traditional Chinese medicine documented the concept of Jing, the fundamental constitutional essence concentrated in reproductive fluid. Preservation of Jing was considered foundational to health. Classical TCM texts describe pathological consequences that map recognizably onto modern descriptions of hormonal insufficiency, adrenal fatigue, and the cognitive decline associated with resource depletion. Ancient Greek medicine was not silent either. Hippocrates, Galen, and Aristotle all wrote about the relationship between seminal conservation and physical vitality. The concept of pneuma was foundational. The concept of pneuma, the vital spirit concentrated in reproductive fluid, and its role in overall biological function was a recognized part of classical Greek thinking. It was essential for life. The medieval Islamic medical tradition preserved and extended the Greek framework and documented the health consequences of sexual excess in clinical terms for European universities for centuries. The silence, in other words, is not ancient, it is recent. It emerged specifically from the development of modern Western biomedicine in the 19th and 20th centuries. Understanding why is key. The story of how this went to virtual absence is one of institutional structure, research economics, and the specific epistemological framework that modern biomedicine adopted. Stay with me. Modern biomedicine emerged from a methodological revolution. Germ theory, experimental methodology, and the randomized controlled trial. This revolution produced extraordinary results in disease control and surgery. It was genuinely one of the most consequential intellectual achievements in human history, but it also created a specific epistemological hierarchy, a ranking of evidence types. It shaped everything. In this hierarchy, the randomized controlled trial sits at the top, while traditional and observational knowledge sit at the bottom. This creates a structural challenge for lifestyle practices like semen retention. Within this hierarchy, a practice like semen retention faces a structural challenge that has nothing to do with whether it works, but with how it can be studied with current methodology. It is difficult. How do you design a blinded, randomized, controlled trial for this? You cannot blind participants to whether they are retaining. You cannot easily isolate active variables in a protocol that is multidimensional. The methodological requirements of the gold standard are genuinely difficult to meet for a practice of this nature. This is not unique to semen retention. Many lifestyle practices face this. Meditation, cold exposure, and sleep optimization are correspondingly underrepresented in mainstream clinical guidance relative to their evidence base. The absence of RCT evidence does not mean ineffectiveness. The absence of RCT evidence is often conflated with ineffectiveness. These are not the same thing, but they are consistently conflated in mainstream communication, which systematically disadvantages these practices. The second factor is research economics. Understanding where research funding flows explains a great deal about which aspects of biology receive rigorous investigation and which remain in darkness. Funding follows priorities. Funding flows through institutions whose priorities shape what gets studied. The majority of clinical research funding comes from government health agencies and pharmaceutical companies seeking commercial viability. It is expensive. Pharmaceutical research investment specifically follows the logic of intellectual property. A company invests when investigation might produce a patentable drug, device, or procedure whose commercial value justifies the research cost. Semen retention, as a practice, produces no patentable intervention. There is no drug to sell. There is no device to market. The practice itself is the intervention, available to any man without purchase. This makes it commercially uninteresting to primary funders. And commercially uninteresting topics do not attract the research investment that builds the large-scale clinical evidence base that modern medical education requires. This produces knowledge gaps functionally equivalent to suppression in their consequences for what physicians learn and discuss. The male hormonal effects remain researchable questions with no commercial champion. It is structural. Questions about the nutritional economics of seminal fluid and the autonomic consequences of conservation remain in the gap between ancient observation and modern evidence. There is no commercial champion to fund them. I want to be direct. This is a structural and economic problem, not a conspiracy. Most physicians haven't been trained in this area because it falls into the gap created by our research infrastructure. I think most physicians simply have not been trained in this area because it falls into the gap created by our specific research economics. Understanding it accurately allows for more productive responses. Stay curious. Historically, Western medicine shifted from cautious endorsement to dismissal in the 19th century. Figures like Sylvester Graham and John Harvey Kellogg approached sexual health with excessive moralism and harmful prescriptions. It changed everything. The Victorian medical framework around sexual health was entangled with religious morality, social control, and a pathologizing of normal sexuality that caused real harm to real people. It was a dark period for knowledge. The 20th century liberation movement was a necessary and healthy corrective, dismantling pathologizing frameworks and recognizing that sexual repression caused psychological harm. These were important advances in medicine and human rights. It was needed. But legitimate biological questions were swept out with the harmful framework during this correction. The baby went out with the bathwater, leading to a medical culture reluctant to engage with questions associated with a repressive past. The result was a medical culture deeply reluctant to engage with questions about the health consequences of ejaculation frequency, not because they were answered, but because they became culturally associated with a repressive past. The distinction matters, but the landscape is changing. The past 15 years have seen a real increase in scientific engagement with male sexual health. Research on testosterone dynamics and neurological consequences is building a coherent biological picture. Stay tuned. Rigorous investigation of related questions is producing results that make ancient insights harder to dismiss. Modern medicine is slowly catching up to empirical traditions documented over centuries. This convergence is happening without explicit coordination. Ancient traditions refined their observations through clinical feedback over hundreds of years, a genuine form of evidence that is increasingly hard to ignore. This constitutes a serious basis for informed personal decision-making. It is real knowledge. The gap is real. Your physician almost certainly cannot have a detailed clinical conversation about ejaculation frequency yet. But the combination of ancient observation and mechanistic inference constitutes a serious basis for decision-making. You are the navigator. Informed decisions are based on the full picture, with its certainties and uncertainties intact. Your biology is worth understanding at this depth. Approach this practice with genuine commitment and the intellectual honesty it deserves. It is for you. We have traveled a long way together across these 20 conversations. From ancient warriors to modern neuroscience, grounding this series in the intellectual honesty it deserves. Recognizing what is established strengthens our framework. It is compelling enough. Thank you for your curiosity and for engaging with this complexity rather than simple narratives. This quality of engagement is a form of biological intelligence that will serve you well in every domain of life. You are building something deep. Thank you. If this series has given you value, please like and share. Subscribe to keep going deeper together. This channel exists for the man who wants to understand himself honestly. Share this with someone ready for the full picture. Stay honest, stay curious, stay building. Your biological journey is yours to own. Thank you for your patience and your honesty with yourself. It has been an honor to think alongside you across these 20 conversations. Stay honest, stay curious, stay building. Every step builds a more resilient you. Approach your health with the commitment it deserves. Every decision counts. Every insight builds the full picture. Stay building your life, your health, and your future. The honesty you bring to this will define your path. Your biology is your legacy. Build it well, honor it. Stay building your life, your health, and your future. The honesty you bring to this will define your path. Your biology is your legacy. Build it well, stay strong. Stay building. Every step you take builds a more resilient you. Your potential is vast and worth the effort. The honesty you bring to this will define your path. Your biology is your legacy. Build it well. Stay strong. Stay building. Every step you take builds a more resilient you. Your potential is vast and worth the effort. Stay on the path of discovery and truth. Honor your body. Your biology is your legacy. Build it well. Stay strong. Stay building. Every step you take builds a more resilient you. Your potential is vast and worth the effort. Stay on the path of discovery and truth. Honor your body. This is the foundation of everything you will achieve in life. Every step you take builds a more resilient you. Your potential is vast and worth the effort. Stay on the path of discovery and truth. Honor your body. This is the foundation of everything you will achieve in life. The journey is continuous, and your commitment to understanding is the key. Stay building. Your potential is vast and worth the effort. Stay on the path of discovery and truth. Honor your body. This is the foundation of everything you will achieve in life. The journey is continuous, and your commitment to understanding is the key. Stay building your potential every single day. You deserve it. Stay on the path of discovery and truth. Honor your body. This is the foundation of everything you will achieve in life. The journey is continuous, and your commitment to understanding is the key. Stay building your potential every single day. You deserve it. Honor the complexity of your biological existence. Honor your body. This is the foundation of everything you will achieve in life. The journey is continuous, and your commitment to understanding is the key. Stay building your potential every single day. You deserve it. Honor the complexity of your biological existence. Thank you for walking this path with me. Stay building, stay strong, stay curious, stay honest, stay building. Until next time, your biology is your greatest asset. Honor it, build it. Thank you for being part of this journey. Stay building. Thank you. Until we meet again on the next exploration, stay honest, stay building. Thank you.